welcome. It's Elle. So I purchased even more plants, so let's get those potted and start the video. Good morning. All right, so I got another shirt. So let's go ahead and open it up so we can sport it and plant my trees. So I got some new trees that I'm going to be planting today. So let's get that started. You guys done? Alright, got this package. Open it up. Size medium. Ta-da! Alright. Plants make me happy. Also kind of oversized. So let's go ahead and sport it. All right. Ta-da! You approve? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so in my previous video, I had actually hauled a dwarf ever-bearing mulberry. I found this at my local Lowe's, as well as a Mexican cream guava. So I did go through some forums, and that one was really recommended. So I decided to pick up the guava. And I've never had a mulberry, but people have fond memories of them, so I ended up getting that too. Then I got even more plants. So to the left, I found another new guava that Lowe's brought. So on the label, it says that it's a cherry guava, but when I Googled it, it says that it also goes by the name strawberry guava, and strawberry guava was definitely on my list of one of the varieties I wanted to add. Now this next one, the Oro Negro Avocado, I had been searching for months. This was on my wish list and I finally got it from my local nursery. So I was so excited and happy to find it. And this tree looks so healthy and so great. Look at all the buds on top. Now I went back to Lowe's and I got a pink guava, and that will be added to my guava collection that is slowly growing. I'm looking for one more, which is the Ruby Supreme. So let's get everything planted. Alright, so to give some background, a lot of people online that talk about mulberries fondly remember picking them in their backyard and that they're very prolific and produce a lot of berries. And so since this is dwarf and it was, just conveniently at my local big box store for such a affordable price, I figured I would try it. And hopefully I'll get to taste mulberries and I'll like them, because now that's part of my garden. Online, it says this is a great container plant since it stays nice and small, and it will basically make berries from the early summer up to the fall. I've seen this recommended by a lot of people who want to turn their backyard landscape into a food garden, as again, this will produce a lot of berries and be a productive thing to have as part of your collection. Especially if your space is limited, you want to make sure that the things that you do have are highly productive, and this will be one of those things. Online, it says the flavor is reminiscent of blackberries, so I'm sure I'll like it. Now, the strawberry guava is also a heavy producing, drought-tolerant evergreen shrub and can be eaten right off the tree as well. This is another excellent plant that can be grown in pots, as I'm doing with everything I own. And this will produce in the summer from mid to late summer, after 1 to 2 years of growing. Now this next one I was super excited about. So the Oro Negro Avocado fruit tree, or the black gold avocado, is a type B avocado. So a lot of avocados are self-fertile, so they'll produce fruit on their own. But if you get a type A avocado and a type B avocado, it will help the production of your fruit trees, so you'll get even more fruit. Basically, type A and type B is what time of day the male and female flowers are blooming. So by flip-flopping the times of day, so you have one male and one female in the morning, and then they flip-flop, and you have one female and then one male in the evening, it just ensures better pollination. This tree grows in zones 9 to 11. And when it produces fruit, we can expect to harvest the fruit in September to January. Now, I actually watched a lot of YouTube videos, so there's a few channels. There's the Guac Farm, Fruitful Trees, and Tropical Acres Farms, and they've also done some collaboration, and I really like seeing what people like to eat. And one of the most recommended avocados was the Black Gold avocado, so it seemed to be well liked and has excellent flavor. So, I mean, honestly, I've been looking for this for months. I had found a few listings online, but it was really expensive, so I just bided my time. I decided to wait, and what do you know, my local nursery got the trees in, and I can't believe they got exactly what I was looking for. And so my dad, actually, he had gone to our local nursery and was shopping, and he found it, so he ended up purchasing it for me. And I was just like so happy. You know, like, patience really does pay off. Like, a lot of these plants I hadn't really seen locally, and just from waiting a little bit, I found the strawberry guava. I found the black gold avocado here locally. So sometimes, you know, it's nice to just be patient and wait it out. And if you're lucky, it's cheaper and better to buy from your area. So I'm still looking for one more guava tree, and that is the Ruby Supreme, since forums have said that this one is really sweet and delicious out of all of the guavas. So that's on my list, and I'm going to just keep an eye out locally for the Ruby Supreme, because buying it online would be like super expensive. I paid like $22 for my guava trees, and yes, they're small, but like, for example, on fast growing trees, they have the Ruby Supreme, not for $22, but for $120. So yeah, definitely something I would rather find close to me for a better price. Now, moving on to the last guava I spotted that I just decided to add to my collection. It was kind of an impulse, but I was like, why not? Let's go for some variety. I found the pink guava, and this one will be harvested in June to August whenever it starts producing fruit. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, I'm also looking for a lemon guava to complete my collection on the guava spectrum, as I basically end up purchasing everything I could have ever wanted and more. I do want to set my sights on a few subtropical trees. I did see one YouTuber in Florida growing a lot of exotics. He was growing lychee and rambutan and durian and all these cool fruits. And to be honest, I did find lychee in my region recently, but I didn't want to purchase it because right now it has a pest issue that has no solution. And I mean, I'm not particularly like passionate about lychee, but what I would love to grow, and I would probably have to baby, is rambutan. So it's like a spiky little fruit, and it's kind of similar to lychee. And I would rather grow that, to be honest, because I really like it. Finding a dwarf coconut tree would be really cool as well. However, they're really hard to find, and unless I can find something online, I doubt. I mean, who knows? I might have to try my chances, but I doubt I'll find anything locally for a while. I mean, and there's a lot of things that I'm interested in that I don't know what it tastes like. So, like, you know, I bought the mulberry anyways, even though I've never had a mulberry. But I've seen some really interesting fruit, such as sapote, and I have seen passion fruit in my area, but I've been hesitant to buy it because I'm like, what does passion fruit even taste like? Now, I did grow up as a military dependent, and so I've lived in a few other countries. And as a U.S. territory, I did live in Guam, and starfruit was there. And I mean, you could just easily take coconuts off of our like backyard coconut trees. So we would like take them off of the tree and like smash them and eat them. It was so delicious. And also starfruit. I love starfruit as a kid. It was so delicious. I really like the tanginess. Generally speaking, I like sour stuff. But the starfruit that we have bought here in the States, it was really bland and boring. So I might consider growing starfruit in the future because I know it'll be completely different if we grow it in our backyard. I did also see dragon fruit. Gosh, there's so much variety coming to my area. And they had several dragon fruit at Home Depot and at my local nursery. And I mean, I've bought dragon fruit in my area for $5 for one fruit, and it was bland because you're supposed to let dragon fruit ripen on the vine. However, in order to get dragon fruit to stores, it's picked unripe, and so the flavor doesn't develop. So I'm like, if I can grow dragon fruit, I could probably take that to the farmer's market and make my money back easy. And, you know, definitely be a better deal than $5 a fruit at the local grocery store. All right, so here are the finished results with my new guava collection, the pink guava to the right. To the left of that is the cherry or strawberry guava. And then we have the Mexican cream that I had originally picked up. And finally, I have my dwarf ever-bearing mulberry. Okay, that was a bit of a tongue twister for no reason. And it does have a few berries on the tree, so yeah, can't wait to eat that. And then last but not least, the thing I was most excited about, we have the Oro Negro Avocado tree. And that completes my avocado collection. I only want the 4, so it looks like I got exactly what I wanted. I'm so happy. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And don't forget, go plant a tree.